Ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your donkeys. It's Season 3 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw. With your hosts Sizzle and Spetsy, plus Quick Nick, our esteemed regulars, and Australia's best-looking creators. Many of whom have books for sale at ComX.shop. Now, let's get stanky.
Woo! We're back another Friday night. Oh, thank you very much for that. Bit of Stellarland love. We are back for Friday night drink and draw, and everyone's screen is going in circles. So does that mean I am cutting out?
No, we got you, Sis. You're still here.
Yes, it does.
We can hear you.
Okay, you can still hear me because I can't see any of you.
That's all right. We can see you, and that's what's important. You don't need to see these faces. We can see yours.
Okay, cool. Tonight is about Battlestar Galactica. And, of course, our special guest, Max Ferreira.
Oh, nice. Welcome, Max.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I'm not.
That's all right. We are also missing our friend Quick. He was with us in the pre-show and then had to do a quick reboot of both his computer and his person. So once he's back online and feeling fine, we will have Quick Nicholas back with us. But until then, my right-hand man is a right-hand lady, and she is shady. She is shading you.
Hello. Thanks for having me on the show again. I'm very excited. Very, very excited.
I am more excited. Not as excited as Alex Major. Hello, sir.
Hello. I'm not going to end the show without asking about Shaden's 16 horses. We're tackling that today.
That sounds like a Daryl Braithwaite song. Speaking of Daryl Braithwaite, more like Nick, his breath is weighty because his words mean so much. It's Nick May. How's that?
Good day, everyone.
Speaking of everyone, you can't have everyone because he's part of the human race. He is Lee Chalker.
Hello. I'm glad to be a part of that, mate.
You might find this hard to believe, but I don't write these intros down. This is all off the dome. That's why. Speaking of domes, he's definitely got one. It's Dave Dye.
Welcome back, Dave.
Speaking of woots, oh look, there he is. It's my guy. It's my dude.
I made it. Sorry, I'm late.
There was this awkward moment where where Sis goes, "All right, everybody ready?" And then I was like, "Where's Quick?" But so it's good to have you. But it's also good to have he of the stellar lands. It is Stellar Max Ferrata. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, good sir. Happy to be here.
This is a new thing I'm trying out this week.
Okay.
Drop the line in the comments if you think I should airbox for the intros. Few things I want to get cracking before we get cracking. Big day for the ComX office today, as it's a ComX versus ComX for the top prize over at KickTrack.com as Stellarlands and Ring Around the Rosie Battery Hen fight it out for the number one position of hottest comic project of the day or whatever. So huge tip of the cap to ComX and Stellarlands because us at the ComX and Rosie are coming for you. So ComX versus ComX, there can only be one winner, and that winner is ComX. What are you talking about? Yes, so at
I would take that personally.
You're full on pro wrestling and answer. I love it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit excited
Max,
today.
take it personally, and I would have a rebuttal towards Rob. Or just take it up with Sizzle privately later. And if we don't see Rob next week, you know why.
We'll look for him in the stellar lands.
Sounds good, mate.
Well, yeah, so these right now, ComX has at stellarlands.comx.studio. Stellarlands is kicking butt with, I think, a week to go or so before it closes up shop. So it's your chance to get the book now for a slightly smaller price than you will in the future. Something. So support the book so that Max and his team can make more books.
Yes, final 7 days.
Not to be outdone, of course, is the team behind Ring Around the Rosie. I'm not biased at all. I'm only one of them. What? Lee Chalker, Ben Sullivan, Ryan Vella, and myself. And then, of course, Ryan Vella's Battery Hen. Now, I'm going to offer anybody who pledges for Rosie tonight while we're on the show, and hell, let's go for Stellarlands as well. So, if anyone who pledges for Stellarlands or Rosie tonight while we are online, I will do a 10-minute sketch digital thingy of any character of your choosing. So let me know. So if I see the little things pop over, then sketches for everybody. Let's give you RSI. So that's all I got on that. And then one more thing I wanted to say. I wanted to hit on the ComX Shop. I haven't given this spiel for a while, but I was reminded of it today as Stellarlands and Ring Around the Rosie are both sort of kicking some butt. I thought the beauty of the ComX Shop, for any creators out there who may not be aware, profit margins are super thin on comics, right? You print them, you then put a little bit on top to, get a few dollars. So the idea of sending your book then and having to pay for the postage to send it to a shop can be daunting. It makes those small profits even smaller. But you end up selling comics that you may not have sold otherwise. The theory being, my comics right now are sitting next to Quick Nick's comics, which are sitting next to Shaden's comics. So when someone goes to buy Shaden's comics, on the way out, oh, you know what? There's Detective Budgie sitting right there. I might check it out. There's the Devil's Toilet sitting right there. I might check it out. So the beauty is someone goes there to buy one of our books, they end up buying a few of our books because it's a $9 flat rate postage at the moment. It will be going up shortly. But yeah, so you can go there. You can fill a box. For $9, you can support a whole range of artists, many of whom appear on this show. So it's a no-brainer. All right.
Love it.
Now, quick, is that Rosie or me? Because last week, noses, mate. What, it haunted me.
A bit of a gonzo on Rosie.
Yeah, but we'll see how we go. All right, so enough from me. Let's talk about Battlestar Galactica. Now, for those who are sick of my voice, congratulations. I know nothing about Battlestar Galactica, but we have a few encyclopedias in the house. So I'm going to throw some trivia questions at each of our people on our little round table here. And so for those who are completely stumped by the question, you can phone a friend. Now, I believe those friends are Max and Lee. They're our gurus of Battlestar Galactica.
No, Max ain't.
No? He isn't?
Sis picked this one. I picked this one.
No.
I assumed Max did. All right, well, Sis,
I saw it when it first came out in 2003 and 2008. But I've seen every episode. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, well, that beats my 0 episodes.
I can correct, make one little input to the show, and that is it first came out in the 80s.
70s,
actually.
70s, mate. It came out as a motion picture in about 1978, 79, to follow up Star Wars.
Year after Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right.
Dave, you've been put in your spot.
Come on, I'll do my best. I got Nick by my side, man. Can't go wrong.
Star Wars was released in Australia very late 77, early 78. Would that be right?
Yeah, 77 was when the first Star Wars came out.
But that might be in America.
It came out here in 77.
Oh, okay, right.
Yep. 3-year intervals after that.
Dave,
I
was
invited to Rob's birth, but instead I went to see Star Wars. Really sorry to the live family.
Good choice, Nick. Good choice. I've seen baby births before. They're not that good.
But like, my mum and dad were like, all right, well, we need the grandparents there. We, of course, need Rob's future best friend's older brother. So there's young Nick
Sounds
May.
like a normal invite to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sis, as one of our gurus, you've put your foot in it, mate. I'm going to be looking for you because all I know about Battlestar Galactica is a sexy lady in a red dress. Because back in the day, I would walk up and down those JB. I was a big music guy, always looking for the latest whatevers, and a sexy lady in a red dress always stuck out. The Battlestar Galactica DVD whatnots. I'm looking good there.
Looking awesome.
So, Sis, tell us, why did you pick this? What do you love about this? And are we talking classic, the reboot? What do you got?
I never saw the new one. I heard about it. I had people tell me about it. I hear it's somewhat similar, and in a lot of ways different. But the other one I watched as a very young child, because I was born in 75, so I was 3 when it came out. So I would have watched it a while after it'd been out for a while. So my memories are very vague, but I do remember this thing. I was a little bit older. I think I watched some of the reruns, and there's this thing where this is what fascinated me about the show. There's a cycle where the humans make the Cylons.
Okay.
Have a battle, kill all the humans. The Cylons make humans as slaves, like genetically build them. They kill the Cylons, go to another planet, do the same thing, do the same thing, do the same thing, and this just keeps happening.
Right.
And the series in the 70s was about some, I can't remember if it was humans or Cylons, whatever. They were shaped like humans. I can't remember which they were, though, because Cylons can sometimes be formed as humans. Figured out.
What's a Cylon?
A Cylon is a thing that the humans made to be their
android,
slaves, like the AI slaves. Yeah.
Are the Cylons all women?
No.
Right.
They're all male and female.
Because all the pictures I looked up were all like.
Shame on you.
I didn't join those two things together. I was waiting to ask about Cylons because who's the sexy lady in the red dress?
Number
She's a
6.
Cylon from what I've read.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6. There you go.
Number 6. Okay.
Her name is.
But yeah,
6.
so
yeah,
there were these guys. I don't remember how many of them. Well, guys and girls, who traveled through space to try to stop the cycle, and that's what the show was about. Was them coming in at a certain period with a certain war, and that's what the show was all about. Them trying to stop that cycle at that particular point. And that particular point was the humans against the metal Cylons.
Metal Cylons, like metal Cylons.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what, there's probably a lot more happened, but like I said, I don't remember a lot of it.
Okay. Well, Sis, are you ready for Boot Boot Me Slave? Are you ready? Are you ready for your trivia question?
Yeah, go for it.
You can choose from modern era Battlestar, which I'm assuming you wouldn't, or you can choose classic.
I probably won't remember either detail, so
we're going to go for
adventurous. Let's go the new one. Let's go the new one. Let's really stop me.
All right. Now you can phone a friend. So if you need help, you can pick someone at random in the room and see if they can help you. So your question is who played Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica?
In the new one?
Ping pong, ping pong, ping, ping.
I'll ask Nick May.
Katie Sackhoff.
Correct. Ding a ding a ding. I should have sound effects instead of this. Congratulations, Nick. Now, then I would then follow it up with a little paragraph of whatever, but this particular website doesn't have one, so I'm going to make them up. Katie Sackhoff, of course.
Starbuck was male, right, in the original?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. I thought so. Yeah.
Right. Well, Starbuck, originally a male in the first season, was later a female, played by Katie Sackhoff. That's right. Of course, her last name famously came from the Karate Kid movies. Sack on, sack off. All right. Nick, quick, Cleary. Let's talk Battlestar Galactica, mate.
Well,
classic
when you
guy.
mentioned it last week and this week, you said my only thing I knew. You said Battlestar Galactica, and I went, "Oh yeah, the red dress." That's all I got, and you took that from me. So, ask a question.
Are you guys no longer friends?
It's gonna be a rough show.
I'm wearing my sexy red outfit.
Yeah, same.
Because often when people look at me, they're like, "Sigh, Lon." All right. So, would you like a classic or a modern Battlestar?
Let's go modern.
Modern again. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Modern.
What original series actor had a guest starring role on the reboot?
That would be Tom Selleck.
Ooh.
Very close, actually.
Before locking that in, would you like to phone a friend just to get backup on your?
Yeah. Max, talk to me.
I only know the fictional name, and that's Tom Zarek. Do you know who?
That is weirdly close.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Tom
I don't know
Zarek,
the actor's name. Yeah.
aka Mustache Face.
Yeah.
In the series. Well, no. So the original series actor who had a guest starring role in the reboot, of course, was Richard Hatch.
Yes.
Of course.
Who, of course, his nickname.
The original Apollo.
Yeah, this is a kid's show, but the joke is sitting right there. Richard Hatch, of course, his nickname was Dick Hole. Thank you. That's been our show for this week.
Why is a hatch a hole?
Well, it's the lid of a hole, isn't it?
One Dick Hole coming up. Here we go.
You can't put inside, like you can't put a sausage through a hatch, can you?
You can.
You can? Okay. Oh, Nick, how does that happen?
I don't know where you're from,
real quick.
Alex.
I thought it's like the hatch is it's closed, isn't that the lid?
Dave,
right?
can you help Alex out? Can you put a sausage in a hatch?
Richard Hatch. We've heard that name before.
It's like it opens and closes.
Yeah, I know, but if it's closed, you can't put a sausage inside a closed hatch.
But if it's open, you can.
Yeah, but that okay. But I thought the purpose of the hatch is closed, right? Like
Alex, it's going to be able to open. That's why it's called a hatch rather than a seal or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but like if it's an open hatch, you kind of ignore the hatch. You just go straight to the hole, right?
I'm just sick of the fact that every week we argue about hatches.
Yes.
Had it. Do they open? Do they shut? Can you put things in them? Every week.
I know, but like if the hatch is closed, which is why when you talk about the hatches, I'm just trying to defend Richard Hatch. I don't want him to be a toilet joke. That's all. Richard Hatch watching there now being depressed because he's like, oh, I'm just a dick joke to Rob.
He's relatively depressed, mate. He passed on about 4 or 5 years back. So,
All right, ready for my quick? I've got a dick hole quick. You ready?
Oh.
Hey, Uncle.
Nice.
Dick Grayson, is it?
Yep.
Ah, yes. Nailed it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kids show, mate. Keep it friendly.
Alex, just quickly to bring us back to illustrating and comics and whatnot, have a guess as Richard was famous for what type of shading that you would do on a drawing? Cross.
Is it a joke or like?
Just, yes and me. Like, is it a joke? Likely. But, on this show, we like to pretend things are true until they're not.
Okay.
Cross
I know you want me to say
answer.
cross-hatching, but I'm trying to figure out what's the better answer to give to upset you.
Well, sometimes in the world of improv, it's not about going for the joke. It's about supporting like a possible future joke. So I was sort of like, we were going for a little bit of.
I'll have to double check with Brad because he's the improv master here.
Sure.
Like I don't know what your qualifications are for this improv thing, but if Brad, I'll double check with Brad next week. I think is he on the show?
No, fair enough. I wouldn't.
I'll try to get him on.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'd just like
I'm joking, Rob. I'm
emphasize-
just being difficult because Nick's tired of me being difficult to him. So I'm just going to just go to you now.
Alex, if you weren't being difficult to me, this show would be about 6 minutes long. So never stop.
And I'd just like to emphasise before we move on that there's a difference between hatching and cross-hatching.
Dave, tell us. Blow our
And-
minds.
And it's the obvious. This is hatching, if you're watching my pencil.
Let's zoom in, Sis. Let's zoom in. We need to get this.
Oh yeah, hang on. Yep. Sorry, my internet's been really weird.
And you see my pencil up there, the marks I'm making?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, little barcode.
That's hatching. And this now becomes cross-hatching because it's crossed.
Makes sense.
So that's cross-hatching, and that's hatching.
Oh,
Got it?
Oh, I
David,
thought it was just because you were drawing when you were angry.
Dave, let's just drop a little bit of knowledge. What would you use that, like, how would you find yourself using the single hatching and then the cross hatching? What sort of, where would you apply
hatching,
those?
when you're hatching and you're drawing, for example, if you're hatching around a shape, you try and follow the form of the shape. So it's like this, going around. But if you want to make it just a little bit darker shadow, you might cross hatch that bit there. So it's darker.
Yeah.
To still try and follow the form.
Hell
Got
yeah.
it?
I tend to use cross hatching for when a character is beat up or dirty. For instance,
Just
here's a
like
picture of
that.
Alex looking
That's right.
beat up. and dirty.
That's a picture of Alex having just seen a bird.
I think that's the bird who saw me first. Because I think I would have ran away.
Right.
All right. Well, so did you do a question quick? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, I nailed it.
Yeah. All right, Shady Lady. Let's talk Battlestar. You're a
Battlestar.
huge fan.
I'm not a huge fan. I don't know much about it, and I'm hoping I can learn a lot tonight. I do remember now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a character, and I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him, but he's got a really cool angular mask, and he looks really like robotic. And I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure it's from Battlestar Galactica.
I think that's just a generic Cylon. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay. So there's like lots of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they get killed and they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
Right. I really like the design of their helmets, and I think that's like when I think of Battlestar Galactica, pops into my head. But I have done a little bit of research, and I did come across a really cool looking character by the name of Sharon. I believe she's like one of many number 8s. Am I correct?
The Asian chick, right? She's Asian.
Yeah,
her,
she's really badass. It's cool. So, yeah, I mean, that's as far as my knowledge goes. So I'm hoping I can learn more tonight. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be very good in the hot seat tonight. So,
yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in now the Queen of Google being here, and she was, did some research, and that research was finding the name of one character. And her
You know what the worst
character
part
is-
was, Rob? She
What's
used
that? Bing.
The worst part of it was that the Queen of Google used Bing. That's why her information's lacking.
yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Unfortunately, I did not live up to my name tonight. Unfortunately, dropped the ball on this one.
Well, Shaden, would you like, for your trivia question, a modern? Is that what it's called? The modern Battlestar or classic Battlestar?
Yeah, modern.
I'm going to shake it up because I know the last two were modern. So let's go a classic Battlestar.
All right.
Retro.
A retro.
OG.
Now, no one jump in until she wants to phone a friend.
Number
Shaden,
6.
how that actually could be an answer. I don't know. How many Battlestars were there?
Like,
I don't know. I don't even know what it means.
Nick May says 2.
Like Star Wars, it's like how many stars were there? It's like what?
Yeah.
I think I know.
Hey, the
5
Galactica is a
gazillion
spaceship, isn't it?
trillion.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the name of one of them.
Space station.
Hey, I
It's
know
more than
more
that.
than
It's like a city. It's like a huge city. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's. I'll give you. It's between 1 and 10. No, it's not.
No, it's
Okay.
not.
So we
I was gonna
officially
say,
know
no,
that it's
not.
between
Good.
10
More
and
than
20.
10.
10 and 20. What do you got?
Googling. Pick a number. Let's play higher or
My
lower among the
internet
group.
cut out for a split second there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Don't ask me. I thought it was 2. So
I'm like, your internet cut out while you were furiously typing. How many?
I so badly want to answer this, man.
Me
I'm like
too,
next
Lee.
down here. I'm like sitting here going, "Come on."
And
right.
I really want to be wrong as well
Oh,
because I'm so
All right.
sure I'm right.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
I cut
let's-
out there for a second.
No, that's so. Have you got an answer for us, Shaden? Between 10 and 20, how many battle stars were there?
Okay, hold on. What did I miss first and foremost? I
You,
missed
you
a bit
all
there,
of us
didn't I?
wondering what was going on with you.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No, that's all
technical
good.
malfunction. Sorry. So between 10 and 20, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, take your time. We've got like
17.
an hour. 17. All right, tell me, Nick, is she anywhere near it?
She's close, but surely it's 12.
I don't know. What do you think, Lee?
it's absolutely 12
Now, why would it be 12? Why is it 12?
because there were 12 planets,
The
Yeah.
12
They have
lost
the human
tribes of
race.
Israel.
and
Of course.
and each planet had their ship, their battleship, and the battleships were called battle stars, and each of the battle stars were named after their planets, and they were the main defense. Like these are huge ships.
But wasn't it also based on the fact that was it Glenn A. Larson was a Mormon and Battlestar Galactica was loosely based on the 12 lost tribes of Israel.
Yeah. Well, it is with the 12 people because that's where they had. Oh, here we go. We're going to drop spoilers here now, Nick. It's like I don't know how far we'll take it, but there's 12. It's possibly based on that loosely, and there's somewhere they want to find that their each identity has a similarity in their religion and stuff, but they're slightly, so each planet is like our world's continents and stuff and countries, and they have differing opinions, but they have somewhere that they believe they came from.
So back to the 12 tribes, Nick and Lee. Isn't that a cult in the Blue Mountains?
This is Mormonism.
Yeah, I know, but there's like a specific 12 tribes cult as well. They have
Alex, you're the one telling the story.
I don't know about any cults, Alex.
Is that the hill?
No, Mormons are legit religion because I lived with them for a year and they're cool. So I'm down with Mormons. So any Latter-day Saints watching?
Somewhere someone needs to go back to episode 1 of this show as we are on the road to 100. We're so close, and document how old you think Alex is by every time he says, "I spent 1 year with Mormons, 12 years with the pickle people, 4 years upside down in the dimension X." I don't know if the maths adds up. So drop a thing in the comments. If you just joined us, because I've noticed viewers come in and out. For anyone who during the duration of this show pledges towards either the Rosie Kickstarter or the stellarlands Kickstarter. So that's stellarlands.comx.studio and rosie.comx.studio. I will do a 10-minute digital sketch thingy of any character of your choosing just during this show. So if you want to check out some cool comics, go to either of those and snap them up, and I'll chuck in a little something. Speaking of a man with a little something, Alex, let's talk Battlestar. What do you got for me, my friend?
Well, first, just for the audience, I understand that there's people watching here are genuine Battlestar Galactica fans that aren't just Lee and Nick, and you guys must be like super upset with all the lack of knowledge displayed on the screen here. So please rage type downstairs. I understand not everybody's watching it live. Just drop whenever you're watching it. Like if this is 2027, February 5th, just leave an angry message down below. Also, click subscribe, like, and all this other stuff. But you know, if that, but I don't even know if that applies in 2027. So
no, no, that's an excellent point. And while you're there, go back and watch any number of shows where Pokemon. Hey, I'm a member.
Also, anyone watching the first episode of ComX, please watch it 29 times and then make your friends watch it 45 times just so the numbers go up. But also, I'm not on that episode, so you're not going to find out anything about me watching that episode. You just probably go like, oh, it was better when those guys were on.
All right, let's talk, Alex. What do you got? I've
been talking the whole time.
We know.
Right, do you want a trivia question, Alex? That'll spawn some conversation on. Do you want modern or classic?
Geez, I know enough actually.
Let's for you, Alex. We'll go one of each.
I don't know. The only way I can answer.
12.
Which series is this guy on? Because
first,
the original,
the original one. Okay, then bring on this one because that's all.
That's
I know
from
about.
last week, Alex, when we did the Muppets. So catch up, buddy.
No, this thing is the best thing I've seen in a while. So I like this.
Alex, question from the audience.
No idea.
I think it was
I think I was a guest once.
12.
Sorry?
I think you're on episode 2.
I don't know. There was one where I was a guest on, so that, and they figured, yeah, that'll be just the one-time thing, and then look at us now.
Couldn't get rid
living
of
in regret.
I'm pretty sure, Alex, if not the first one, you're on like the second or third, and then pretty much everyone after that. Oh yeah.
I thought this thing was going on for like about 12 episodes before I came on, or go over 10. Oh, well.
You've just got 12 in your head because Quick's been subtly, or not so subtly.
Number 6.
I'm sure it was 6. Anyway, right, sorry, go on. I showed you which. Okay, old school Battlestar with the puppets in it.
You're getting one of each, mate. Okay, we're talking modern Battlestar right now. What is Apollo's real name?
Apollo's real name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Jason McGregor? Or
Carl Weathers.
Hang on. Yeah.
No, Lee Adama. Lee Adama.
Lee Adama. Okay. Is that supposed to sound like something?
Lee, Adama, and Greg. It was a sitcom in the.
I remember Adama and Greg. Speaking of cults, Dama was a Scientologist.
Dama was one of the bad guys in Lost.
She's also any Simpsons fan. She's also her husband is the composer. What's his name?
Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
No, his wife is Bridget Fonda.
No, it's not. No. It's Jenna Elfman. No, Jenna Elfman. Like Danny Elfman and Jenna Elfman. Like he married.
Danny Elfman is a composer.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah,
he was the lead singer for Oingo Boingo.
If that's real, I've got to look it up.
It is.
Look it up.
Yeah, it is.
Real? Nice.
It's real. Anyways, because Danny Elfman has done so many scores, I'm sure it leads into Battlestar in some way. Does it? Has he scored like an episode of it, or?
Mate, look, the segues that like the segues I come up with, that takes years of practice training. You can't just randomly try and connect Danny Elfman to things. You got to just be like randomly talking and then just go. Speaking of random, Nick May, like that's that was seamless.
I'm pretty sure I kept it random.
And then I'll keep you random in a minute. That's another nice little tie up of the conversation.
That's good.
Now, Alex, before we leave you for just a moment, let's do a classic Battlestar because I didn't let you phone a friend there, so that's my bad. So, what Battlestar joined the Galactica for 2 episodes?
That would be Battlestar 12.
Right. No. I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to phone a friend.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Let's see if my friend will pick up. Let's see if he's working or not. Is my friend picking up?
I'm not going to pick up.
You're not going to pick up? All right. Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to call up another friend.
Why are you ringing back?
I'd love if you're calling Gary Challoner or something. Like, Darren Close? Yeah, I'm on. You're live on Drink and Draw. I need to
know. Calling another friend for an answer. Maybe he knows.
Son of a... Sorry, guys. I hate to do this. My phone's ringing.
Oh, no way.
G'day, Alex. All right. Alex,
I've got a question. I was told to call a friend. I think we're friends. So what's the answer to that? I forgot the question.
Yeah. If you could hang up, because all my iPads and stuff are ringing.
Okay, well, I'll hang up then.
It's going on every device that's connected.
Oh, shit, it's off. It's off. It's off, right? Stop ringing. Is it?
Nah, it's still going.
I can hear the ringing, but I swear I've hung up. What's going
Alex,
on
stop
here?
ringing me.
I'm trying to. Jesus Christ. Or maybe it's...
No, he won't answer, mate.
He doesn't know. Okay, it's off now, right?
He's busy.
Yeah, I switched it off, dude. It should be off now.
This is my new favorite part of the show. I'll be watching these highlights before I go to sleep tonight. Alex, give us a goddamn answer. What Battlestar joined the Galactica for 2 episodes? I'll tell you.
I know which one.
A unicorn with wings.
A unicorn with wings.
And no horn, actually. I should just say, what's the horse with wings?
Is that a Pegasus?
The Battlestar Pegasus. Correct. How'd you get that?
I rang a friend. I rang 2 friends.
Rang 2 friends.
It's weird that you call us friends. I didn't know we'd made that step, Alex, but all right, Nick. Oh, give us a chance to catch our breath for a sec. Tell us.
But only for a sec. So, as we all know from my confession last week, and apparently my dad was watching last week when I was bad-mouthing him and saying that we weren't allowed to watch TV when we were kids, which was true. Sorry, Dad. One of the things that I wasn't allowed to watch was Battlestar Galactica, but a lot of kids at school had Battlestar Galactica trading cards, so I knew that it was a super cool show.
That's where the horn went. We've all suffered from droopy horn syndrome.
But they did release, they released a movie, I think it was made from a couple of episodes. It was called Battlestar Galactica Cylon Invasion of Earth. And I think that probably came out in about 1980. I'm not 100% sure, but my memory is that that was the first movie that I went to with only mum. So I'm not sure why my older brother didn't go. I'm pretty sure that everyone else in my family was too young. But I remember really looking forward to it and not necessarily being overwhelmed by it. But it was great. And the other thing, another piece of trivia that I have is that I believe the character that Alex is drawing is, showed us, was Muffet. Who was some sort of a robotic dog that was actually played by a chimpanzee in a suit.
That's exactly what I would do for a dog.
I mean, people have theorized that Sizzle is a chimpanzee in a suit.
They're wrong. He's
played by a dog.
That you segue. That was it, Rob.
Segue to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Now, Nick, before we we still need to do your trivia question as well. So don't let me move on until you've had a chance to win. Because of course the prize tonight is one of these, a solid.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Whoa.
you do with that.
Nice.
Do with that what you wish. You can put it on your shelf, bring your family around, say, "Look what I won."
I'll stick it in a hatch.
Or just block your hatchet. Yeah.
What kind of hatch?
But make sure the
closed
hatch is
one.
open. Make sure the hatch is open, because if it's a closed
I'm not
hatch,
getting
the
involved.
thumb
Not getting
breaks.
involved.
A Richard hatch is what I meant to say. Yes.
Now, I am going to take a precaution here. Now, Alex, I love you and I love your crazy answers, but I'm going to ask you to shush on this one because it's a leading question and you might... Anyway, so, Nick, I want you to ask Shaden what she was doing in bed last night at 3 a.m.
What?
Right. Shaden, I'm not 100% comfortable asking this, and I could lose my registration as a teacher. But I do have a question for you. What were you doing in bed early this morning at 3 a.m.?
Good question. Love to tell you. 3 a.m. I was wide awake, and because I've been doing more reading than drawing recently, I decided to bust out the iPad, and I was drawing a little something. But if there are anyone in the comments, please tell me which color scheme is best. This one or this one or
Number 12.
I like this one, but I'm not sure. Or this one. What about that one? I have never done anything green or blue before. So if you guys got any ideas of which one you guys like, please drop them below. But that's what I was doing at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Now, Mr. Chalker, could you quickly, because Shaden must be like, what, why? Why would I ask Nick to ask Shaden about her drawing in bed last night?
I don't know.
Nick May is notorious for what? Where's Nick May's art studio, essentially?
In Lee's bed?
Come on, mate.
Sorry, mate. You know, like all great artists seem to lay down when they're drawing.
There it is. So, Shaden, that whole weird thing. So Nick May famously, or apparently not as famously as I thought, draws in bed. So when before the show you said you were drawing in bed, I thought that's funny. That's what Nick does. That'll make for a weird, awkward conversation on the show.
And that it was. Hell yeah.
I think everyone can appreciate that we didn't let Alex chime in on that one because it would have made an awkward situation all the more. Anyway,
yes.
Alex, what were you doing in bed last night at 3 a.m.?
Sorry? I've got other issues going on.
Now, I'm an overthinker, so I'm worried that the other issues are the fact that I told you to shush for a minute.
No, it's blood pressure stuff, so I got to make sure I try to sleep through it. So if I wake up in the morning at 3 a.m., that's not a good sign.
Oh, okay.
Shit, that's not good.
You had me going too. Then for a second, I thought we had raised your blood pressure, which I was like, "Well, that's not."
Yeah, that too. So if I pass out with a stroke or a heart attack or something, it's the blood pressure kicking in.
Yeah, that would be. So the last thing Alex's friends said to him before he died was, "Could you please shush?"
Yeah.
What a way to go. All right, Nick May, do you want a classic or modern trivia question?
I'm going to say it's not going to make much difference. Everything that I know about Battlestar Galactica, I've already said. So give me anything and I'll endeavor to get it wrong.
All right. Well, let's go classic.
Yeah,
now,
baby.
There are 3 categories. We've been pulling from what's called the dorky round this whole time of the classics and of the modern. There is also the geeky round and the nerdy round. Do any of those sound...
They've all been used to describe me, but not necessarily my knowledge of Battlestar Galactica. But I'll take anything.
All right. The ragtag fleet consisted of how many ships? Oh, this is just a number answer. Why did I do this one? It's
12.
12.
Yeah.
Lee, did you want to correct him?
Man, I honestly can't remember how many. 50 odd, I think, something like that.
Max, you want to have a shot?
No, I don't know.
220.
Oh, wow.
When you add those numbers together, you get 12. So I guess I'm right. You're welcome.
I just realized the time. I've taken way too long. So this is going to be a bit of a speed round now. So thank you, Nick. We're moving on. Mr. Chalker, fresh off a big day for Ring Around the Rosie.
Yes, man.
It's been awesome sharing messages back and forth of like, holy crap, look, it's amazing, it's awesome. But we're here to talk Battlestar. What do you got?
What have I got? What do you
What
want
do
to
you
know?
like about it?
Man. Well, when I was a real young kid, our TV channel used to show Battlestar Galactica and V, which is another sci-fi classic about people in lizards that wore human skin. And that was back to back on a Sunday night. It used to blow my mind. And then I always remembered it, but it was a bit of a poor man's Star Wars, if you know what I mean. I reckon that's a bit of a, not that I have any problem with poor people that like Star Wars. It just was a bit B-grade, possibly what I'm trying to say and should have said. So sorry to the poor people out there. So where I'm going with this is basically I always had an appreciation of it. And then the TV series came out, and it was on TV too, obviously, because it's a TV show, dickhead. But anyway, and it had this really big 3-hour, like, epic movie. And man, it was awesome going into the Cylon attack and things like that. And it was a reimagining of obviously the original, and it was just really modern. It was like the special effects. I still watch it from time to time. I like Rido Primo, still up there and pretty solid, I reckon. And then I just ended up buying the box sets because you didn't have, like all the pay TVs and the channels. So I used to collect the box sets and sit down and binge watch them. And the other thing that, good on you, bud. And the other thing that, good on you, Adam. Nice to meet you the other day too, Adam. You're a champion, mate. Good on you, buddy, and thanks for watching all the shows, mate. You're good on you. And you backed Rosie today and been Battery Hen, mate. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah,
and still land.
Thanks, Adam.
Well, there you go.
He's a legend.
And I got into a bit of it because I get a little bit obsessive about certain things, So Battlestar was like on boom, 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 going around and around and around. I'm trying to make this real quick for you, man.
No, it's all good. We go long. We're having fun. Let's go long.
And I was pumping through them and obsessed. And then back in the day, obviously I used to enjoy having a beverage and, shenanigans here and there. And I had this idea that if I ever owned a property, or a big enough block of land and had some money, I would like to build myself a life-size version of the Battlestar Galactica's jets they're called Vipers. And I think they're the coolest looking space vehicle. If anyone disagrees, I don't care. It's just, they were cool. And I just had these ideas that I wanted to just sit in it, at sunsets and shit. And I don't know, man, I still would like to do that one day. So, Battlestar's got a place. Yeah.
Well, I think we can safely say, Neil, Lee he still maintains his geek nerd cards. As for the rest of us, actually, look, let's put him to the test right now. Lee, do you want modern, classic? What do you want?
Modern, man. Let's go modern. See how I go with that.
All right, here we go. What is the official name for the colonies?
The official name of the colonies?
Yeah.
It's like there's 12 of them.
Yeah, well, what would you call the collection of colonies?
Oh, I don't know.
The United Colonies of...
I don't know. Nick, jump in here, man. Someone help me out.
Before I help you out, Another thing that I did just remember that I knew was that Rick Springfield was in Battlestar Galactica originally as Apollo's older brother or something. What were the colonies called? They were called?
You cutting out, Nick?
Yeah.
You cut out just as you gave the correct answer. It's a real shame. But
Well,
if you can't
if
hear
anyone
him...
can lip read, the answer's with Nick. So there you go, Rob. On to Max.
Dave also exists, Lee. You know, we will give Dave.
I thought that was just a piece of paper left on the table there, man, with the hand. I didn't know that the hand spoke, so I apologise, Dave.
For those playing at home, of course, it's the United Colonies of Cabal. Neil, hit us up in the comments how wrong we got it. Of course, Rick Springfield, famous for having the entire cast of The Simpsons living inside him. What else?
He's a singer, isn't he?
Jesse's girl.
He's a pop singer, mate.
Oh, okay. Is that right, Dave? Hey, Dave.
Yep.
She didn't know it at the time, but Katie Sackhoff was fighting a disease through the final season of the show. Do you know what she was suffering from? Don't know why I asked this, because it's... What did you say?
Cancer.
Yeah, thyroid cancer. She's been in remission since 2009.
Yeah, I hope she got over it. Did she?
Yeah, I don't know. Of all the questions, I was like, oh, there's one about Katie Sackhoff. I'll ask that. And I was like, yeah. Got halfway through it, and I'm like, let's talk about cancer, you guys. Sweet. Dave, let's check in with what you're up to while we talk a little bit about.
Rightio, there it is.
That's Rick Springfield on lead guitar.
You can see Bart hanging out his pocket.
I Googled Battlestar Galactica comics, and this came up. It's a book cover for Battlestar
Charlie's
Galactica,
Angels,
a novel. So this is what I'm doing, because you know who painted this image? I'm copying an image. Frank Frazetta, one of my favourites. So
Frank Frazetta?
Yeah. So he originally, I'm copying his painting.
Right. Dave, do you know who voiced the character, the Imperious Leader?
Homer Simpson? No, I don't
Patrick
know.
McNee.
Patrick who, Nick?
McNee.
Yes.
Steed.
Patrick McNee. Also, of course, his brother was also famous. It was Henry
David
McElbo. Hey, come on. Only I do the jokes in this place. And it doesn't even make sense. Patrick McNee and Henry McElbo. They aren't. That's not how brothers work, you guys.
They're adopted.
Dave, have you ever seen any of the Battlestars?
No, I must have seen something because I remember Lorne Green being in it, and I also remember it being very dark. It was a very dark show with lots of shadows and stuff, but that's about all. Back in those days, we only had 2 channels, so if you didn't have any, you know, we were in the country, country living, 2 channels out the bush, not city where you got 4. I think back in those days you had 4.
12.
Yeah, I see Lorne Green through the the winter and sort of autumn months, but then Lorne Brown during summer. It's hot here.
Yeah, mate.
Nick, Nick May, that's how you do jokes, mate.
How?
Yeah, I'll let you know if I come up with one. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be worth the
You're
wait.
getting better, mate. You're getting better.
I like it, Rob. Yeah, that was good.
All right. So Max.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep you waiting, mate. This is kind of how this show goes. It's a free for all. So you're somewhat familiar with the Battlestars of it all? You've
Yes,
watched it at least.
the modern one. I watched it as it came out back in 2003. I was at uni at the time. I believe it finished in 2008, and yeah, that constituted a lot of my free time when I wasn't, studying.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I was also studying a degree in politics, and there was a huge overlap in terms of the commentary in Battlestar Galactica, especially the later seasons when the humans were under occupation, and it was just an alarming allegory for what was going on in Iraq. You had the Cylons occupying this newly terraformed planet, and you had humans like snitching out their own species to work with the Cylons, and then other humans putting on explosive vests and destroying Cylon infrastructures. And yeah, it was just really, it was really visual and very timely and very topical. And yeah, there was a very strong political current throughout the series. I mean, one of the major plot points was the Quorum, who were the last remnants of a political infrastructure that existed. And yeah, that definitely kept me hooked throughout its, what was it, 5-season run or something like that. And yeah, it was different. It was early 2000s, and we were like, television was moving away from, picket fences, the episodic.
That was such a good show. Agree.
What, picket fences?
Yeah.
No, bro, picket fences was terrible. That's what we moved away from.
And Seventh Heaven, that was the other good one. Yeah, nice show.
Just a heads up, Alex. Just because I'm going to get comments later.
Sorry.
No. It's not what you think. Your microphone is very loud.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was.
Something's changed from before. So what, like, and I only say that because I've gotten messages about other people's microphones. So I'm just trying to keep a.
Is it still loud?
The era of television's changed, and so the microphone technology's also changed.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is it still loud or?
It is a little bit loud. Maybe if you can throw it over your shoulder or something. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Like maybe further away from you. I don't know.
Sorry, Mac. Your microphone, not your other thing that you were thinking about.
I just throw that over the shoulder. That's
your style.
It's already tied around 3 times. This isn't muscle.
Just for your information, Alex, your microphone's heaps better now. So awesome. Sorry, Max. Just to poop all over you while you were running. Do you want to hit a question before we chat to you?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So in the middle of season 2 of the rebooted Battlestar Galactica, the Galactica is joined by what other Battlestar?
I think you already said Pegasus. We did that already.
Yeah. I was going to say, this sounds familiar.
All right. The colonial capital was located on what planet?
I'm not sure. Was it Caprica?
Yes, it was. You win one of these. Do with it what you will. Just put your if you could send me your address, I'll get this in the mail to you as quick as possible.
Right.
All right. Well, being it's the first time we've had Max on the show, and he has a book that is kicking all kinds of booty twangs, we will do a quick one of these.
Now it's the part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
This week's name is Max Verada, he of stellarlands, which is still on Kickstarter for another 7 days at stellarlands.comx.studio. All right, Max. So I feel like on a few different things you've talked at length about the book. So let's talk a little bit about you and the book, and how have you found the journey so far of putting together and now on the verge of people getting their hands on your book? How have you found it?
It's quite it's quite surreal to know that I come from a background in film, all right? So you have the film, you have the negatives, or you have the original DCP file, and that's yours. Everyone else has copies, but the idea that something that you've made in its most brilliant quality is just sprinkled around out there in the universe. It's it's a very strange, very out of body experience. It's like you're giving like pieces of yourself out there. It's pretty cool. I like it. The actual logistics of it, it's been there have been challenges, most of which have emerged within the past month regarding its life on Kickstarter. We had a very, very strong opening, and we caught we caught a goal in relatively quick fashion. And then as per the case, there's always a valley to acknowledge, and then I think right now we're in an upswing. So I'll keep you all updated regarding that process. The actual creation, the actual making, the mechanics of the creativity of making it is actually pretty quick. I mean, I believe it was Charles Bukowski who said, if it doesn't come out of you in a flood, don't let it come out at all. And I think that's what happened here. It just the writing process and the collaborative process with the artists, it just flooded out of me within a very quick time frame of, for me, which is less than a year. And that includes writing as well as the artistry itself. It was very quick. That's how I know that I'm onto something which I'm passionate about. It's the speed with which it exits your soul and becomes physical.
And how did you go when you got those first pages in the emails and whatnot? Opening them with excitement, with trepidation? How did that feel to see your words realized in pictures for the first time?
Coming from a background in film, it's very similar. I mean, you've been through it before. You're a writer. You're trapped behind the nauseating glow of your computer, tapping keys, writing a screenplay, and then after a few months of pre-production, you get into post-production, and then you start shooting. And that's comparable to the illustration process. I wrote the script very, very quickly during lockdown, and then it's like being in production. Suddenly, the art from Ben started coming in the emails, and I'm just treating it like clay, like another art form. I have about like a minute to process it, and then I start chipping away at the changes, like getting the shape of the narrative out and the visual structure of it. I guess to answer that question, I haven't really processed it yet. I'm far in the journey. I'm still I'm on the I'm on a convoy in the Wild West, in the prairies, and we're going through the desert. And I'll let you know when we get to civilization. When my feet hits the sand, and I can look back and take stock and be retrospective. I don't have that luxury yet, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I love the process. It's why we live. You respect the process, and then when you hit the journey, what do you do next? You make another process. That's life.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Are you going to allow yourself a moment? Because obviously the Kickstarter will run its course in 7 days, but then the job of getting boxes in and envelopes and putting it all together and sending it out. And then it's what's the go then? Are you diving straight into number 2, or are you giving yourself a second to enjoy the fruits of your labor? What's the deal? What's the go?
I've actually written 7 of the 8 issues already, and in regards to the packing and all that, thank goodness I don't have to think about it. We're under the auspices of Sis, and he takes that all away from me so that I could focus completely on the creative side, which is probably why I've been able to write so quickly and unfilteredly, and I'll probably I guess life will return back to a sense of calm after that 8th issue. I'll go back to the gym, or I'll find some other project, or I'll just do what I used to do before lockdown. It's hard sometimes because I'm sure you all have this problem where your identity is defined by what you're making. A large part of who you are is is contoured by whatever it is that you're creating, and you can't if I were to say this to you, Rob, who is Rob divorced from comics? Or who are you divorced from your passions? It's a very difficult question to answer.
It's actually a bit of a scary question, actually, because just to get brutally honest, it's something that I've thought about. So I've been chasing dreams essentially since I left school, and I came to the realization about just only a couple months ago that without the dream chasing, I don't know what I am. I don't really have hobbies. My dream chasing or whatever is my hobby. My hobbies is dream chasing or whatever. I don't know if even if I achieved some version of success, I would move the goalpost anyway. So I don't know where the finish line is, and I don't know what would happen if I got to the finish line, because I get up, I go have a pie, and then I create stuff. If I become a success, then there's a lot of pressure on that pie to fulfill me. Because
you'll know at the end. You'll know at the end. I mean, Albert Einstein, when he was about to die, the doctor said we could perform surgery, extend your life. And Einstein said, no, my work here is done. And that's what we want. We want to be lying down and near death. My work here is done.
Einstein committed suicide, kind of.
No, Einstein.
He declined surgery, I guess.
Well, that's kind of suicide, isn't it?
Yeah. He refused surgery.
Well, that's kind of assisted suicide or something. Somebody. Well, no, that's unassisted.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm sick. If I go to the doctor's like, "This will save you," and I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, but I have a question, non-Einstein related question.
Please.
I want to, because it's just my thing. I just interrupt. But how did Sizzle and Max became a business item?
Sizz presented the most lucrative, well, not necessarily lucrative, but the most amenable terms, where I get to keep all the rights and. And you do all the work. Sorry, Sizz, that doesn't sound great, but here's what we'll do. I'll do all the work. You keep all the rights. You keep creating, and you don't need a lot of the other publications I approached. They read it, and they asked for, in spite of the fact that they read it, they asked for a synopsis. Can you write a synopsis? Can you express this in other forms? And Sizz was just happy with the comic book, so that was excellent.
I think the synopsis is for marketing purposes, right? So they just basically want you to know how can I sell it.
Well, it might have been. I suspect it was to go to their board of directors as well, because if especially if they're a big comic, so that it can be digestible in a more corporate level. I don't know, but
it's a synopsis is more digestible than a full comic, and so they can just quickly look and go, all right, it's got unicorns and this and that, all right,
and 12 ships, Mormons and cults.
They know what they're looking for, and if the synopsis is, if they can read a couple of lines and know that it's not their thing, then they can dodge it. And word up to my doctor out there, I've got to get to at least Sluggish 4 and Devil's Toilet 5. So if I can't verbally accept the surgery, please do your best. So Max, so Stellarlands, I imagine, is all-consuming for your creative brain, but surely having put your foot in the water now of comic books, other things start sort of going, oh, imagine if I this and that. Have you started thinking about other potential stories and whatnot, maybe in the Stellarlands universe, or just completely different things, working with other people?
I want to do a comic book where it's just people in suits talking, no no action, so to speak, no
Yep.
twists and turns. This is how much of a nerd I am. I got like a bad back at the moment because I slept funny because I was reading a lengthy book about Dick Cheney's presidency and what he was doing with the NSA. That's how much of a big political nerd I am, and the idea of all of these deals and policies being crafted by people just talking in conference rooms and offices and stuff like it. It's not the most visual or cinematic idea, but that's where the challenge would be.
Does that book have anything, a chapter on where Dick Cheney goes duck hunting with his friend and then
shoots him in the face? No.
Yeah.
This ends during the first term of the presidency. I believe the duck hunting. No, it wasn't duck hunting. It was quail hunting. The quail hunting took place on.
That's why I couldn't find the chapter.
Time. Yeah. Well, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course.
That's a weird ambition that I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, of course, to bring it back to comics, Dick Cheney, of course, Ghost Rider, when he's naked, you can see his Cheney dick. Anyway, so Dave, am I still getting better? What do you think? It doesn't really make sense. Ghost Rider has a chain. It would be more a bone, I guess.
in the comments, people, is Spedsy getting better?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Oh, look,
he did refuse the surgery.
Yeah. Even if it's worse, at least that shows a trajectory, like a character arc of some sort.
Yeah, nice.
The worst thing I can do is just plateau as we get to episode 100. So I believe it's that time of the show, Sis, where we take a look at some pretty pictures that have come in.
Yes. And hopefully my computer works because it is going really slow. I press things and then they don't appear for me. Okay, so the first one we got was from Janet Locke. This must be a joke that is missed on me.
All right, Lee, what have we got here?
The humans called the Cylons toasters.
Yes, they do.
That was their derogatory name for it in the second series.
All right.
Why do they call them toasters?
It's derogatory,
tin. I
they
don't
cook
know.
bread?
I mean, they could have called them a kettle, I suppose, but not all kettles are tin. I mean, I don't know, really.
Okay.
Is there a reason why the bread is shaped like that? Is that something?
Yeah,
that would depend on the element in the toaster, I suspect, Robert. Those marks on the bread possibly have to also to do maybe, like that the Cyclones, like had that red eye that went from side to side in their little visor.
Did you know that the numbers on the side of the toaster, 1, 2, 3, that's the minutes for which you toast for?
Oh, right. There you go. Something every day.
It's not temperature or anything like that. It's
I just thought it was a dial for toastiness.
Yeah. Well, length of
Technically it is,
yeah. Says let's keep the good times rolling.
We've got Neil Blandon.
Whoa!
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry,
So
Neil.
good.
Muppets were last week. Come on, mate. That's beautiful.
Cool.
That's the
And,
worst.
Nice one, Neil.
A lot of us in the creators Discord got to see this in the making. Darren Huddy.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
nice.
Okay. Look at
Yeah.
that. Sweet.
Really
We got
good
to watch
render.
each stage of him making this. It was pretty
Is
cool.
that the helmet you liked, Shaden?
Yeah, that's the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I love
Very
it. I
cool.
think it looks so cool.
Marshall.
So he's a generic Cylon. Is that the
Cylon
Yeah,
Centurion, I
from the
believe.
first
Yeah.
series.
From
like
season 1.
stormtrooper of Cylons or something?
Yeah.
I think it's
More like a little bit of
or
a.
is there a bunch?
He's got a Darth Vader mouth, doesn't he? Like that little.
Well,
yeah, it
was-
kind of
but
looks
it-
like that. That's what
And
I
they're running
recognized
parallels
it, yeah.
with Star Wars there, Alex, yes. Yes.
I remember hearing something about there was some sort of lawsuit between the two makers of Star Wars and the makers of Battlestar Galactica for that reason. Not that exact reason, but the reason that there was a lot of similarities.
Ah.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Adam
Notice
Gillespie.
when Sis said similarities, he slipped
Gillespie.
out.
Sorry,
All right,
Adam.
talk to you later.
I don't know why I have so
Yeah.
much problems with your name.
There it is.
That's awesome, Adam.
Ah,
Good on you,
amazing.
mate.
Yeah, robot Daggett.
What is it?
It's
It's a
Muffet.
different version of that dog.
It's a chimp dog robot.
The chimp dog. Yeah, we'll call it the chimp dog. I forget
okay.
its name.
Muffet.
So it looks like a
Muffet.
30.
Poor
right?
Nick. Nobody's listening to Nick. It's a Muffet. I'm listening to you, Nick.
Not a Muppet. We
Thank
did
you.
Muppet last week.
Not a Muppet, a Muffet.
Not a muffin, that Nick. We did
Muffin
muffins
for the
last
toaster.
week.
What?
Has anyone got a muffin?
Getting a little bit
Sorry,
annoyed.
my
about it.
computer's going really slow. Okay, we got Davo77. I'm just going to interrupt because I don't know what's going on.
There it is.
Yeah.
Davo. Happy birthday for yesterday, Davo.
Sweet.
Davo.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday.
Hey,
It was
hey.
Nick Cleary's birthday as well. Recently,
Wait,
wasn't
guys,
There
everybody, wait. He turned 78. All right, as you were. Get it? Davo's 78.
Davo's 78
gosh.
now.
Sorry,
Well,
you guys, just text me when you get that one, all right? I know it was a thinker. So.
That was good.
I was gonna
Thanks,
say,
Nick.
is
That's
he
why you're
12?
my mentor.
Like Dick Cheney, I resigned.
I know it's his daughter that resigned. Oh no, she got
Yeah,
voted
exactly
out.
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a drink and draw without Tony Menzie.
Mm.
Sorry, you guys keep dropping out for me, so I don't know if you're talking or what.
Oh, no.
Oh,
beautiful.
what?
Look at
That is
that. Look at that.
epic.
Wow.
It's one
That
Muffet
is
away from
so
being
good.
perfect.
Nice one, Pat.
Muppets were last week.
Lee, is that
I'm trying to
is
be
that a
on your
viper?
side, dude. I'm trying to make amends with our relationship and just take all my hatred to Rob now.
Lee, is that a,
I can't see it. It's not coming up for me.
No, that's Cylon ship, mate.
Oh. It looks almost like a snow speeder from Star Wars.
Oh,
Well,
Thanks,
you know,
Ross.
there are parallels
more
as we've
ammunition for
discovered, mate.
that
So,
lawsuit.
Oh, you got Cyclops up the front there. Scott Summers with the hat on. Everybody,
Yeah.
just wait.
Ah,
Just wait.
sorry, my computer's gone really weird. I think I need a new one. Tom McGee.
Oh, nice.
Sharon,
Oh,
Sharon,
so
yeah.
good. Is,
Yeah.
That
is
is
that Sharon? That, oh, yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shazma.
Now, actually, this is a legit question because I've wanted to do something similar to this. Now, putting this to Alex, Nick, Shaden, Quick, basically everyone except Lee and Dave, and Tom McGee. Let me know, how do you do that glow like that, where it's like you can see how the glow is coming over the black lines in places, right? So that you can see the glow is like coming over
Yeah.
the black
It's bleeding,
and the
yeah.
color on her
Layers
leg and stuff.
And then Gaussian blur.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Gaussian blur and an overlay. So you just draw a little bit around it, have a little
Yeah.
bit overlap, then you put a Gaussian blur on it, and then on the layers, you just pick overlay, and then that will do your
And-
desired glowy effect.
But then, like, what use like an airbrush type pen to erase, like her
No,
arm
you
that-
can do solid. Just solid. Just draw the shape you want. Just draw it in solid. And then just maybe have it just like a little bit overlap. Put the Gaussian blur will blur everything that you need, and you can play around with it. And then you do an overlay, and then the overlay recognizes all the line work. So your line work is all visible.
Yeah, I guess I'm more like getting the where it is and it isn't, and getting that blend. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when I do that and then I erase.
That's what the overlay does, but you can play around with the other ones in the layers. If you go to layers, you've got like add, dodge, color dodge, and all these other stuff. And that'll
Yeah,
if you
right.
play around with that, that will
Yeah.
give you different effects.
Okay, sweet,
Yeah.
good. Oh, was that Tom dropping a
Yeah, but I'm talking about Procreate because that's what you use, and that's what Shaden and I use, and Nick, and Lee will in 2027. He's going to leave comments. Lee's going to watch this, and he's going to leave comments.
I missed that one.
But it's what we call in the business a callback.
Ah, yes.
I'll call you on that.
Next up is a picture by my savior.
Fine.
Amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
On fire, mate.
So good. As always.
Good one, Nick.
Even
Well
these
done,
high tops are made of metal as well.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, the ice cream got cut off, but Cylons, I think it was episode 6, season 8.
Did it though?
Ice cream was shown to be their weakness.
Oh.
I remember that.
No, it wasn't. No.
Oh, okay. That explains why I didn't remember it.
Oh my
It
god.
was
You had me.
sherbet. Their weakness was sherbet.
Sherbet.
Can I show my picture for the night?
No.
Oh,
Sorry. That's been our show for this week. Say your prayers.
come on. Come on. I want to go on the Cylon wagon before the joke expires. Here we go. Here's my Cylon.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I added a little.
How did you get all the renderings done so fast?
I did a little bit of a little border for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. I used an overlay and a gradient and a Gaussian blur, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
So I guess I meant, yeah. So I meant I know how to do anyway. I know how to do the glow. It's more about.
I don't think you do, Rob. Sometimes it's okay to admit you've got no idea.
Let's go to the next picture, shall we?
Please, let's do it.
Shaden.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The blue and the red.
Oh, very good.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so yeah, that's number 8.
Yeah, Sharon.
So is that the same? Is this
Same,
the same
yeah.
lady?
Boomer, yeah. There's 2 of them actually, yeah.
Oh, 8 and
Yeah,
9.
8 of them.
That was
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
one. Good
It
work.
was. But
Big
in
times
terms of
well.
characters, yeah.
Maybe I should let other people make jokes because that was a better one. Starting next week, I'll officially let other people. Oh no, Nick. Sorry, mate.
Gary Challoner, you're off the list.
To find out what list he's talking about, Gary, go to rosie.comx.studio. That doesn't make any sense, but if he clicked on it, that's good for the algorithm or something. I don't know.
It is, yeah. Thanks. Now we had a late contender to the Muppets has also come in this afternoon.
Excellent. I love that.
We
by
did Muppets
Travis.
last week.
Oh,
All right, hang on.
Wait, what did we do last week?
Wow.
Muppet.
I love this. This is a really good drawing.
Jim, you bastard. I told you to stop bringing your work home. There it is.
One is
Jim
enough.
Henson bringing home his creation.
So good.
Jim Henson,
So
very
good.
animal-like.
The thing with Crab Dog is we all have to pause for a second and look.
Very
'cause
well
there's so many
done.
details to take in.
A lot of work. Well done,
Yeah.
Trav.
Yeah, it looks great. Looks amazing, yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is that a devil's toilet trash can
Fantastic, mate.
in the door frame corner?
Could
The
be.
devil's number?
The devil's.
It's a snuffleupagus, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Nah, that's a part of your imagination. No one else can see that
Oh
but
yes,
you.
of course. Just imagination.
Cool stuff. Not great for the podcast, though. Thanks, Trav.
Yeah.
Well,
Off
so
by
funnily enough, I just wanted to. I think we missed something from Davo78 last week. So I'm going to just quickly. It's going to pop up, I think. Let's see if it works. Yeah, so Davo did Muppets last week. Correct me if you guys saw this last week, but I was going through the Discord.
I think we did.
I think we
Yeah, I
did.
saw this one.
Yeah.
It looks
Right
familiar,
then,
doesn't
ease up. Golly, hell, don't all have to.
I saw it last week.
That was on last week's show, Rob.
That must have been when I fell asleep.
That was when we did Muppets.
Yeah, I think you were talking to me when I fell asleep or something. All right, ignore me then. Happy birthday, Davo78. The more I say that joke, it'll land eventually. So traditional folks.
Hey Rob, do you remember this one, Rob?
That's a toaster there, buddy. Mr. Chalker, should we check in with you, my friend?
Yeah, I was going to take a photo, but sure, I'll just hold it up. So, yeah, I started that at the start of the show, and that's where it'll sit now. But,
Is that working?
All
Oh,
right.
it's your Viper.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
sweet.
yeah.
That's the actual
Yeah, I don't
Battlestar, mate.
that's the Battlestar behind it and its fleet, and if I had inks, it'd look a bit brighter and darker, or it's clearer, I guess. But
Bit more contrast.
There
Nice,
it is.
mate. Well done.
That's great, Lee.
thank you.
Now, quick, if Lee was to ink that, how many fine liners do you think it would take?
1,200
Hey, there we go. Nailed it. All right, well, let's check in with our the guy, the man. Let's check in with Dave one last time. I'm just looking for buttons. I don't know why I can't find
Loving these. Is that leather? Do they wear leather in this thing? This is cool.
Yes.
That's so amazing.
That woman's just wearing a belt, though. That's a bit of a concern for me.
The colour's a mess, but I was pretty happy. I just
I
thought
love
I'd
it.
try
Really
these
good.
things here. I had these
12.
textures, and I thought I'd use them, but half of them are dried up, and I've had to just chuck other stuff. Here, I'll show you the image I got it from here. This is that's him in the corner there.
Oh,
Dave,
yeah.
I was going to ask. It reminds me of the Charlie's Angels silhouette.
Yeah.
Who's ripping
there
off
it
who
is
here?
there. So that's oil painting. That's it. So there you go. I think I'll stick with watercolor next time.
I like it, Dave. It's good.
No,
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I haven't got the colours there. Haven't got the colours I wanted.
What's next?
Yeah, well,
Self-promotion time?
please. Oh, yeah. You want me to hit the button?
Yeah, I'm having everything's
Hey,
coming
I've
up
got
slow
one
when I
thing to
press
say before you go to that. I'd just
Yeah.
like to have a call out to Gary Della and Jane Miller having a wedding tomorrow.
it. Nice.
They've been on the show.
Congratulations.
Gary has. So, congratulations, Gary and Jane, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Of course,
yeah.
Dave, you're honouring them by attending the wedding tomorrow.
Beg your pardon? No, I can't make it, mate.
You declined.
I declined. I'm sorry to say. Yes.
That's weird.
Yes,
I will be in attendance. Hayden Sparrow, Ben Sullivan. We made it. Something to remember, Gary. Dave didn't come through with the goods in the end. We'll have to get a new.
Is Nick May coming?
No,
So Nick May wasn't invited. Oh, okay. Okay.
He's the dark sheep. The dark sheep? He's a dark sheep. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's talk about ourselves because you haven't heard enough from me yet. All right. Oh, sorry, Sis. Yeah.
No, I'm just going, the video.
No, that's normally your signal for shut up.
Yeah, it is too. Sorry about that. New signal. Do it.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
I could cheat and do the video, but I'm going to do this instead. stellarlands.comx.studio. Go there. I believe the link is also in the description of this video. Get yourself
Looks like this.
One of these, or 5 of these. You can get add-ons. It's awesome. The beauty of Kickstarter. It's an amazing comic, and I will leave it up to Mr. Max to describe it better than I can because I suck at that kind of thing. But yeah, go there, get it. You'll love it, and it'll be shipped very well. That's the thing I'm apparently known for. And of all the things to be known for, why not shipping? Over to you, Rob.
Yeah, all ComX books come with enough packaging for you to then send about 40 of your own books. So now the good thing about stellarlands, the Kickstarter, the book is 100% complete, ready to go. It's just waiting on the final whatnots to put the little thank you to the backers, whatever. We're holding issues here because it was like a small proof run. So the ComX team all sort of got a free copy as a thank you from Sis. And so, no, thank you, Sis, for letting us get a sneak peek. There's the page there that will soon be filled.
Filled with your names.
And speaking of 100% done, I'll just refresh. So this is a comic book that's on Kickstarter right now at rosie.comx.studio. Its sister comic is Battery Hen by Ryan Vella. There's blood, sweat, and tears in these books. We think they're good. We hope you do too. We awesomely sold an art pack for each of Ben Sullivan, Lee Chalker, and Ryan Vella on the Kickstarter. So 3 lucky people got original pieces. And then I thought, man, I wish we had more. And then I remembered Jason Paulos did a Rosie pinup. So just added maybe 2 hours ago is a Jason Paulos original piece of art along with the 2 comics. So for one lucky person, there's only one in existence. You can get a Jason Paulos piece of our character, Rosie, from Ring Around the Rosie. So rosie.comx.studio. All right, quick.
All right, I've just put together a quick. I'm pretty happy with it. Here we go, eyes on screen.
Am I in the middle of the Brady Bunch?
Here we go. Let's try that again. There we go.
We go.
Oh, nice.
Hey, wait. Why have I got a dick nose?
Gonzo.
Get the Gonzo nose, mate.
That's for last week.
Fly boys, get it at detectivebudgie.net. Nick May's got a page or 2 in it. So does Rob. So does Alex. So does Dave. So does me. Sizzle wishes he does. And maybe Shaden does. I'm not sure. Shaden, talk to me about what's up.
Well, I am the creator of No Man's Land. You can find my colourful comic creations at my website under shadedart.com. You can also find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, TikTok, the whole kit and caboodle, really. But yeah, under all the same name. So go and check me out there. Otherwise, you can check out Alex Major next to me.
Actually, before we get to me, because I'm not that interesting and I've been talking all the time, what are the names of your 16 horses?
All right. Okay. All right. We have got Avalon. We have got Amani. We have got Charlie. We have got Wisty. We have got Lara. We have got Jewel. We have got Monty. We have got Piper. We have got Nulla. We have got Gimli. We have got, that's 10.
6 more.
Who else have we got?
Legolas.
Oh, who else have we got?
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen.
You know what weird,
oh my
Shaden, you
God,
said
Sunny, my own horse.
Someone will be upset you forgot them.
You said
No,
you're a
I'm
Battlestar
it's where I'm
Galactica fan, and
forgetting.
yet you've just named 12 of the colonies. Your horses
Yeah.
are the same name.
Literally. Come back to me and I'll find the other 4.
All right, cool. I'm back to Shaden now.
I thought you'd do that to me. No, I honestly cannot remember the other 4 for the life.
They're crying in the barn right now.
Well, that was worth giving up my time for. Okay, Nick, your turn.
Mummy, please remember me.
You can find me on Instagram at Chernobyl. We're all looking forward to Vamoose, its Evolution baby come out. If you've got a spare 32 hours, one of the most entertaining things I've watched recently was Rob putting together the cover for its Evolution baby. It was just one of those things. It was must watch YouTube. So look it up. You have to put a day aside to watch it, but it's fantastic to see an artist doing their thing. Loved it, Rob. It was fantastic. But enough about what I love, except that I love Lee. Over to you, Lee.
Okay.
Well,
Rob, thank you, Nick. I feel the same way, mate. You know, like I say, I appreciate that. Very grateful for such a wonderful Passover. So thank you. Hey, now Rob was talking before about this Kickstarter that me and Rob and Ryan Bella and Ben Sullivan are involved in. So that address was already seen, but it's there. You can show it again, whatever you want to do. But I've got a real good little mate, and his name's Ryan Bella, and he sent me a message today. So you'll hear more about Rosie over time from me in particular, but Ryan's not here to express himself and, you know, like let you know what Battery Hen is about. Now, he had asked me to act, but I'm not an actor, so I'm just going to read it for you, okay? And he's apparently, just roll with me here, Rob. Hello, I am Ryan Vella. I have taken possession of Lee's body to deliver this message. As this is read, I am currently in Cairns about to go on stage. Now, Battery Hen is a comic about a bounty hunter who targets superpowered criminals and various freaks. The first issue of Battery Hen is tracking down a long-lost super serum, but she's not the only one after it. It's 40 pages, full-color mixed media art, no digital used except for Rob Lyle's funky lettering. I tried to use every possible style I could think of and experimented a lot. You name it, I tried it. This will be an ongoing series. P.S. Tomorrow I will be in Townsville and we'll be meeting Lee for the first time. We are planning... I didn't know about this, Ryan. Why didn't I read this beforehand? We're planning on doing a nude run up the main street of town wearing only ComX hats while waving our new comics in the air and screaming obscenities. But hey, any publicity is good publicity.
So, Lee, film it or it didn't happen?
I'm going to tell you now, Ryan's probably going to be the only one running naked up the street because I don't do that sort of shit. But you know, hey, you know, like any publicity is good publicity. So I will film Brian running Starkers up the main street of Townsville, and all, you know, maybe that could be like an add-on in the in the Kickstarter campaign or something, you know.
Or just for the show, just for the ComX drink and draw.
Oh, mate, maybe. But anyway, no. So my mate Ryan, Battery Hen, jump on rosie.comx.studio, back Battery Hen. It is primo stuff, and it's Ryan Bella at his best, and there's the cover. So yeah.
It's like stellarlands, 100% complete, ready to go. The email's ready to click send as soon as we know how many we need to print. Alex, I got a quick question, mate. We were talking about digital whatnots, so I wanted. Now, this Battery Hen, as Lee was saying, not a single bit of digital whatnot's done until I lettered it. So how do you think this weird stretched picture of Battery Hen took place? Now, I know, because Ryan told me. How do you think he achieved that effect?
Is it like did he just use like a projector onto a wall?
No.
Did he move it on a photocopier?
Yes.
Or did he just draw it that way?
No, we'll say he took a picture from elsewhere in the book, put it on a photocopier, pressed copy, and then moved it with the light. So it stretched her image and whatnot.
Cool.
Yeah, stuck it all together, then put ink splats on it. And yeah, it's a work of art. Worth a look.
All right, and I can definitely recommend people watch Ryan's art and follow him on the Instagrams on Ryan Vella Art. So yeah, people need to look at that.
Stretch that on a photocopier.
Ah, dear.
That oblong's the wrong way.
So yeah, so people follow Ryan Veller on the Instagram, and you can see all his work. He's very talented.
Hell yeah!
There you go.
That is.
You're right.
All right, Dave.
Over to me. Right out. There's my stuff here. Dave Dye. I've got stuff at ownerindie.com, the ComX Shop, and Heroes Headquarters in Ballarat. And I'm currently working on Amazing Tales number 7, I think.
Yeah.
And I finished penciling all the pages for that, so I'll start inking that this weekend.
Mm.
All right.
Awesome.
That's all for me.
That's awesome, Dave. Now, just you held up Heroes HQ, so I just wanted to chuck a bit of a congratulations to Janine, who is one of the judges for the upcoming Comics Arts Ledgers Awards. So massive congratulations to her, and to one of our own, the Google lady herself, Dr. Dre's daughter, Shaden Jew, is on the judges board for the Ledgers this year. So massive congratulations. That is so cool. So all of us that don't win, you know where to send your emails. So that's awesome. So
Shaden, if you don't want me to show this video to the horses that whose name you forgot, and don't want an awkward situation in the stable, we can sort this out after the show.
Yeah. And you should read an email from a horse, like RIP keyboards. It's like it's all cool.
I'm gonna make sure they don't watch this unless
Hey Alex.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, horses eat it. All right, Max.
Yes. Can I just say that I'm afraid of horses, and I'll tell you why. There's this play called Equus, written by Peter Shaffer back in the 60s. I don't know. Equus, Equus.
Yeah, I'm quoting it.
All right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's just a really scary play about a guy who is, let's just say, aroused by horses, and one of the it ends with him blinding some of the horses at the end of the play, and it was in Broadway, and he was played by Daniel Radcliffe in Broadway, the kid. So yeah, you get to see Harry Potter have like unusual relationships with horses, and ever since I read that when I was a teenager, it really struck me, especially the imagery of like Daniel Radcliffe blinding horses with a knife. Yeah,
you watch some weird movies, had every topic you would not talk about over the dinner table on it tonight. We've talked about people's illnesses. We've talked about close relations with horses. It's my God, man,
I just read a lot. Anyway, that Equus. That's it. With Richard Burton is in the film version as well. Shaden, you should watch it. It might sound like I'm giving it a terrible review. It's a really excellent play and a very good film, and it'll make you see horses differently. That's for.
I'm sure.
I bet it will.
I think there's better horse movies to watch than that. I'd rather watch The Man from Snowy River than that, I think.
Yeah,
I'm with Dave.
Fun
fact, I'm a Mr. Ed fan personally. Mr. Ed's talking horse is good.
Of course.
Mr. Ed. Of course.
Fun fact: before he went Hollywood, Daniel Radcliffe's name, of course, was Daniel Totally Tubular Rockface.
Nice. Fun work. All right,
now,
so I'll just
Max, you might have made the highlight reel there with just throwing out the scared of horses, because one of our favorite early on things was Lee just out of nowhere saying, I freaking hate sheep, eh? One of our favorite quotes from the show. So welcome to the.
Nothing's changed, Rob. Nothing's changed, mate.
All right, sorry, Mac. Give us the where to and how do's and.
Yeah, sure. Also, I think horses are responsible for the most human deaths of all the animals of all domesticated animals. Got to check that, but I think that's accurate. Yeah,
It might be too. Yeah.
Because they're spooked easily. Ooh, there's a bush. Ooh, there's a bird. Yeah, they get.
Or there's some bloke creeping up behind them.
Daniel Radcliffe, kill him.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe's been killed like a million times, man. Some nudie wizard, man, just runs hard kick back to the
That's the trouble. The horses have seen that movie too.
Can't believe Max just startled us with.
Actually, I've got a stat for you. Of all the killers, human killers in the domestic animal world, the horses only come in at number 3, so they just get a bronze medal.
Right.
Oh,
You know what? You know what leads number? You know what's number 2? Can anyone guess?
Cattle.
Yep, cattle is number 2. So guess what?
Stampeding. Okay.
So guess what's number 1 then?
Hippo.
No, domesticated.
Yeah,
Hippo.
domesticated.
Aeroplanes.
No, it's a dog.
12.
Dogs are the most vicious. So everybody has a dog. Be careful. Don't be careful. Cats don't even rank. Like pigs are worse than cats.
I've seen a cat rank, but behind a dumpster once. It was.
Rank.
How would a cat kill a human? That's. I mean, life isn't Ben Kitty, you know. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It's actually coming at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sheep kill more people than cats.
See, that's why I don't like them.
That's people choking on mutton.
But the fact is that, like after cat is goat, but then there's a chicken. So somebody's been killed by a chicken.
Too many chooks.
Too many chooks. That's what it is.
So anyways, and that links to Battlestar Galactica, Nick.
Because a chimp was playing Muffet.
There you go.
Sheep can't become lawyers, you guys, because they can't pass the bar. You want to say what up to Gary Cullinan?
That's not funny.
You regained
Dave, put the hat back on, mate. We can see your baldness.
What?
I don't know. I'm making myself laugh now.
That's gonna be us in a few years, man. So yeah, male pattern baldness can be sexy.
This toupee is glued, mate. It's not going anywhere.
Can be or is. I'm not sure.
I was going to say is. Look at the bottom row there.
Yeah, you're outnumbered here, Max. Steady on there.
Acres of flesh down here.
My lady parts are moist.
Look. We should start selling
organized chaos. I think I said that in the description.
Next week,
advertising,
next week, mate, you know.
I don't know, guys. I don't want to jinx it, but this has been like a pinball machine of good times. It's just like the ball has been bouncing all over the screen, and everyone's hitting jackpots. I'm so sorry, Max. You haven't had a chance to say the link that's on the screen. But give us
don't apologize. There you go. Look at that. That's Easter Island.
I know.
Oh, that's the thumb that I gave out before. I get it.
All right. Yeah. Well, like I said, that might be us like in a few years. And if it does happen, there's nothing wrong with it. It's I mean, we were born like that, unless you were born with a bunch of hair, which
that's true.
That's us.
Well, I wasn't in grade 1 like this, mate. I can tell you.
Used to be a sign of virility.
Well, Lee's in kindergarten. They kept mistaking him for the teacher.
My kids kept throwing tennis balls at me head
That's a childhood, man.
And back to Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh no!
No, last week.
Equus, man. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Let's do this. Stellarlands, please pledge if you can. We are on the final 7 days on Kickstarter. We've been reviewed. They've all been positive. They've all been actually very suspiciously positive so far from the stuff that I've posted. And jumping off from the spirit of Battlestar Galactica, there is a lot of world building here. We have a kick-ass female protagonist, just like Cara Thrace. This is an entree into what promises to be this whole vast political network that spans various planets and intersecting characters, and it is standalone. So you won't need issue 2 or 3 or subsequent issues in order to appreciate the totality of the story, nor will you need this story to appreciate issues 2, 3, and 4, and so on. And this is I wouldn't say it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it certainly came out of me in a flood. And it represents just look at this gorgeous artwork. It represents the combined talents of myself, of Ben, the artist, and Wilson, the colorist, Stephen, the letterer, and I have a friend named Alex who does all the scientific research.
Not me, somebody else.
Grounded, yes, another person, because I really wanted to get the details just so. I wanted details to be present, because that's the sort of thing that lifts up storytelling to actual world building. The types of flora that emerges in low gravity planets. That's the sort of thing that keeps me up at night. And you'll see all this within between the pages of Stellarlands. But this woman, this character, her name is Daphne. Her hero designated name is Anveliza, and she's been tasked to retrieve intel from an abandoned base. During this mission, she encounters children, teenage children of soldiers who think that a bygone war is still raging. And I drew a lot of my influence from Japanese soldiers who were about well into their 60s and 70s, holed up in my multi-island country of the Philippines, who still thought that World War II was raging. So they would encounter law enforcement, and they would put up a fight, and in some tragic instances they would kill people in the belief that they still thought that a war was raging. And these are called holdout soldiers. And I took the concept of the holdout soldier and I brought it within a galactic realm, within a sci-fi space. And this is the result. So if you want to see where it goes, please pledge. We have 7 more days of Kickstarter. And that's how you can get an early copy. And that's how you can get your name printed in those final pages in perpetuity, because at ComX, we value gratitude. And an artwork is only half finished until it is seen.
Speaking of gratitude, so obviously we want to thank everybody for watching. We've still got some dancing to do before we go, but just obviously money is super tight at the moment for a lot of people. We are indie comic book creators. You supporting our comics is appreciated, but not imperative. Just watching this show, hitting like and subscribe really does help us out. If you see any of our posts and whatnot all over the whatevers, a like, a comment, a share is seriously that's really helps. So don't feel that you need to be dropping dollars on every single book that we put out. Go to the Kickstarter, have a look. If it's your vibe, pledge. If it's not, that's cool too. We're just happy just to like, subscribe, all that sort of good stuff. Speaking of our like, subscribe, animator, guy, person, man that we love, of course, is Alex Major. And he turns our drink and draw into a dance and draw. So without further ado, let's take a look at what Alex has put together for us this week as our music starts kicking in. Dancing face ready. Wait for it.
There you go. Look at all the dancing.
I can't see anything.
It's Muppet.
Without fail, every week, Dave. You got to wait for the music cue. But you always go just before it comes on. I can't see it.
Ripper, Alex, good on you, mate.
Very good.
There you go. I'm guessing that dog chimp farts blue. There you go.
So this is, of course, part of the new Ichigo series of
That's
Alex
off.
animations. Now, Alex, you'll be interested to know I checked out an episode of What's Up, Fool?
Oh, yeah?
Because I was just curious if they talked about you at all, and I went searching for the first episode where the new logo appeared, and sure enough, the start of it, they talk about you, they talk about working with Disney and all that stuff. It was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
So yeah, check out What's Up Fool on YouTube. It's a podcast, and Alex does their animating.
Yeah, they've got a couple of episodes. I've uploaded 7 shorts to them. Some of them are pretty funny. They're funny because of my story, because they're Felipe Esparza's story. And if you want to know where else you might have heard Felipe Esparza from, he's on the Eric Andre show. He's also on Superstore. And so he's on a bunch of stuff on Netflix.
Is that a podcast?
It's a podcast. I mean, he's a stand-up comedian. So right now, it's also like, if you're into stand-up as well, he has a podcast at the Montreal Laugh, Just for Laughs in Montreal. And there's going to be a big poster of the logo that I made in Canada.
Alex, I'm sure they have lots of likers and subscribers, don't they? What would someone do in that sort of situation?
Nick knows these things.
They'd like. And why wouldn't they like? If you like what you saw tonight, make sure that on YouTube you like it. And because you like it, you want to subscribe just to help that algorithm. And ring that bell so you get notifications whenever there's a new ComX video out there. And then you know what to do.
Toilet.
Gird your loins, close your hats.
All right, well, I'm pretty sure that's the show. I don't think
we got one more picture.
Come on, mate. I've given myself a headache with all shake. I can't headbang like I used to.
Not that kind of picture. This one doesn't move.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Robbie O.
Sneaking it in, Rob.
Yeah.
So good, Rob.
I actually sent it in early, but he's the only person who sends it to me the wrong way, so I always forget it.
Oh, boy.
Don't you hate it when someone speaks it in the wrong way? It's the worst.
Yeah,
When the hatch is closed.
Quality internetage, Rob. Well done.
Yeah.
Any more Muppets?
No more
Muppets, sorry.
Now,
what do we do next week?
Next week, yes. Well, look, I'm going to give you a clue quick. This is for you to guess.
Sure.
Here we go. Ready? This is my clue.
E.T. Lord of the Rings. Put the ring on.
There he is. He's got it.
Cool.
That was me putting it in the wrong way in someone's.
You're using your Richard hole, and then.
Glad you didn't do it like that.
It's been a great show. Thanks for having us. ComX, subscribe, like all the good things. Make sure you check out stellarlands. Make sure you check out Lee Chalker, Rob Spedsey, Ben Sullivan, Ryan Vellas, Battery Hen, and Rosie, Ring Around the Rosie combined ComX combined thing with Psycho Janitor. There's links all through this episode. Nick May's got a new comic coming out, but he's not going to share it with us. You have to email him directly. Alex won't show his face for the rest of the show. Sorry, I'm wrong about that. Take it back, Rob. Eat your friends.
You had it. I thought you were going to. Oh, of course.
Yeah, you had it then.
Well, yeah, I thought that was it. But then, of course, you've obviously just remembered that Lee wanted to try out his sign-off. So, Lee, I believe you have a new sign-off catchphrase you wanted to test out.
Do I?
Yeah!
Yeah, that works.
Alright. See you next
Someone
week,
should
guys.
call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to ComX.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright Sizz, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle.